Today on All Things 80s, we're going to unbox the Evel Knievel Stunt Cycle from California Creations. Welcome back to All Things 80s. Now, I did a video last week showing my top 10 toys of the 80s, and high on that list was the ideal Evel Knievel Stunt Cycle. And it's a toy that I've always wanted to get hold of again, but the ideal vintage versions are just way too expensive. But I did find out that a company called California Creations were doing a reissue version, and it was to be released on April 1st. Well, lo and behold, this box arrived today. So I'm extremely excited to get this opened and see how it compares to the original. I don't have an original to compare it with, so I'm going to rely on my memories for this. But I'm particularly excited for this one. So without further ado, I'm going to get this one opened up and see what it's all about. The box itself, it's got a decent bit of weight to it, so it should be a good toy to look at. Now, okay, we got this. That's just a packing slip, and we have what's this? Like a contest here. This is Enter Our Contest. Thank you for purchasing the only officially authorized Evel Knievel Stunt Cycle with original Energizer launcher. Post your epic Post your epic jumps and stunts online for a chance to win a $250 Amazon shopping spree. Simply use the hashtag #XStuntCycle. I cannot talk today. #XStuntCycle. So they're looking for it on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Okay, fair enough. But here we go. Now the packaging immediately looks different to what I remember the ideal version looking like. Wow. Good Lord. That's wedged right in there. I'm wondering if they purposely made the box dimensions so that it would fit this 12 by 9 by 4 carton. But anyway, who cares about that? So, yeah, it's not at all the same as the old version. But seeing it, and I love the fact they've said greatest action toy ever. And I can probably agree with that. Top speed jumps, wheelies, handstands, crashes, flips, tricks, and much more. Ages 5 to adult. So I like how they've included adults in this. It's got the telling you how to pose Evel on the bike for different stunts. Now, I'm wondering what color the Energizer launcher is, because I know that in the olden days, most of them were red. However, mine was definitely yellow. That much I do remember. So have we got any tape on this? Yep. Okay. Now I'm seeing already the bike has a lot of black plastic on it. I remember mine was mostly white, but not overly concerned about that. So it's in a little box here, and we've got the Energizer in 2 parts, and the helmet is also in here. So first things first, I want to take a look at the figure itself, because I remember mine, which now I've narrowed it down to 2 years when I got mine. It was my birthday in either 81 or 82. I just cannot quite remember which one exactly, but you get the general idea that it wasn't exactly yesterday. So the figure first. Yeah, I mean, it's similar, but it's not exactly how I remember it. It seems quite small, but I do have another figure that I bought in the maybe, I don't know, 5 or 6 years ago from Figures Toy Company, which I'll dig out in a moment to compare it to this one. And let's see. So this jumpsuit it's all one piece. I think the original was one piece. His arms are, how do you, I guess it's like an inner wire skeleton. I just wonder what the body's made of. Don't worry about that. And then the legs, yeah, it's definitely a wire skeleton. The figure, okay, I'm thinking the ones, or the one that I had as a child was a solid, or was it a rubberized body? It may have been actually. Anyway, helmet. Let's see. I mean, it's all nicely packaged. I'll give them that much. They've done a good job. And the helmet's in its own little bag also. So get this one opened up. Yeah. I don't know if you can hear that. That sounds very familiar to the one I had. So there we go. There's the fully assembled figure. It's not at all bad actually. It's got its own separate little belt with the EK initials on it. So this is not at all bad actually. Quite good. The bike itself. Now, as I said earlier, there was definitely a lot more white plastic on mine, and this one does have a form of like suspension forks, I guess, for those heavy landings. It's got a decent amount of weight to it. Yeah, it's not at all bad. Now I have to assume that once I get this really up to speed, it will sound the same, because I remember mine had a very sort of high-pitched squeal to it. But it's okay. I mean, a lot of stickers and whatnot, and it doesn't feel particularly sturdy, but it's got its own little kickstand. But I'm sure I'll test it out with some crashes and stunts in a moment. And the Energizer. So I'm trying to remember, did it have, I think it may have had a release button, so you would wind it up and then hit a button, but I don't see a button here. You know what? This is one of these things I should probably read the instructions, but you know what? I think I will. I don't want to screw this up. So let me see. Slide to a test. Nah, you know what? I think you just have to force it in. It feels okay. It's not, although I'm not. It doesn't seem like a really good fit to get this handle section in. Aye. Okay. And Yeah, that works. Ah, they've used the Ideal logo there. That's interesting. Quite a nice touch. So anyway, yeah, I always remember there being well, don't quote me on that, but I'm convinced there was a white button at the back of this that you would press to release it, but there's not one here. So how does this go in? Let's see. This doesn't seem to lock. Do you have to hold it? Yeah, I'm wondering, am I doing something wrong? Let's see. Okay, I have to read the instructions again. I do apologize. Let's see. Push in this direction. Position pin. I guess we'll get to that when it comes time to do the action test. Let's just see how he sits on the bike. Wow. This is not at all easy. Good God. Okay, so far, I'm not impressed with how he's supposed to get hold of these handlebars, because his hand is not big enough to get he cannot get a good grip, if you know what I mean. Okay, that's one on. That wasn't at all easy. The other one went on easy enough. And then, let's see. Yeah, you can see his... I think that they've done as good a job as they probably could to keep the cost down, because this was relatively cheap. And especially compared to a vintage Ideal version, this was an absolute steal. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to give it a few test runs, and we'll see if we can get them doing some of these amazing stunts. Right, so here we are, going to test out this Evel Knievel Stunt Cycle from California Creations. So I hope you enjoyed those crazy stunts, and I hope it brought back a lot of great memories. Now, as I said earlier in the video, I do have another Evel Knievel figure. So this is the one we just got from the California Creations, but this is the Figure Toy Company one that they issued out, I guess 5 or 6 years ago, which is, it's probably not an action figure because it's very well sculpted, and it's got a rather nice pleather jumpsuit and cape. He's even got his cane, and he's got a detachable helmet. So this is really just for display purposes. It's not, this I don't think would stand much action and come away in one piece. Whereas this one with its sort of rubbery body with wire skeleton is definitely designed for action. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed that. I hope you enjoyed that little trip down memory lane. And if you did enjoy it, please like the video and please subscribe to the channel and stay tuned for more videos from All Things 80s.